Good afternoon and welcome to Pakistan Today from our Islamabad studio. I'm Chris Taylor. U.S. President Donald Trump says Washington and Tehran are getting along well as talks continue through mediators in Doha. President Trump said discussions surrounding Iran's nuclear program are moving forward and reiterated Washington's position that Iran must never acquire nuclear weapons. Officials from both countries are currently engaged in technical discussions with Qatari and Pakistani mediation to advance the framework designed to reduce tensions across the region. Iranian officials, however, maintain that formal negotiations on a final agreement with Washington have not yet begun, with current working groups focusing instead on implementation details. Iran has also denied reports of direct engagement with American representatives during the Doha discussions. Deputy Foreign Minister Kazem Garibabadi said Iranian officials participated only in trilateral meetings involving Qatari and Pakistani mediators. According to Tehran, the discussions centered on implementing provisions of the Memorandum of Understanding, including developments related to Lebanon and the possible release of Iranian assets currently frozen abroad. Meanwhile, U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance says negotiations with Iran are progressing extremely well. Vance said President Donald Trump has instructed officials to continue discussions, seek an agreement, and negotiate in good faith. He added that there appears to be significant momentum among Iranian officials interested in opening what he described as a new chapter in relations between the two countries. In other developments from Washington, President Trump has flown aboard the new Air Force One aircraft for the first time after receiving the modified Boeing 747-8 from Qatar. The president praised the aircraft's advanced security systems and described the jet as unlike anything previously seen. The aircraft has undergone extensive modifications and testing before entering service. However, the gift has generated criticism in the United States over ethical, constitutional, and security concerns linked to both its value and foreign origin. Regional tensions remain high despite diplomatic efforts. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi has warned that any threat against Iran's people or leadership would trigger an immediate and powerful response. His comments followed remarks by Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz, who said Iran's supreme leader was marked for death. Araghchi accused Israel of undermining diplomatic initiatives and said the terms of the Islamabad Memorandum of Understanding were clear. Israel, meanwhile, says it reserves the option of carrying out further military strikes against Iran if it deems such action necessary. Turning to Pakistan, the Federal Board of Revenue has surpassed its revised revenue target for the fiscal year 2025 to 26. Finance Minister Mohammad Aurangzeb announced that the FBR collected more than 13 trillion rupees in taxes during the fiscal year. Gross collections stood at 13.601 trillion rupees, while nearly 599 billion rupees were returned in refunds, leaving net collections at just over 13 trillion rupees. The finance minister said a newly approved FBR operating model will accelerate reforms through the use of artificial intelligence and digital technologies while broadening the tax base without increasing pressure on existing taxpayers. And finally, Pakistan and Saudi Arabia are strengthening cooperation in the field of cricket. The Pakistan Cricket Board and the Saudi Arabian Cricket Federation have signed a memorandum of understanding to build an international cricket stadium in Saudi Arabia. The agreement was signed in Riyadh by SACF Chairman Prince Saud bin Mashal Al Saud and PCB Chairman Mohsin Naqvi. The partnership will focus on stadium infrastructure, technical expertise, venue planning, and the development of international standard facilities. The planned stadium in Jeddah is expected to support Saudi Arabia's ambitions to host major cricket events, boost sports tourism, and contribute to the kingdom's Vision 2030 goals. The agreement also includes cooperation on cricket development programs and the exchange of expertise between both countries. That's all for now. You're watching Pakistan Today. I'm Chris Taylor.